Today, it's all about me, baby. We're talking about me, my headspace, in the past 90 days for my crypto journey. How the hell are you? Welcome to the show where we build financial power. My name is Matt, and this is
Potter.
If you're new, every Thursday, Friday, 10 Eastern, we go live and we talk about this world of DeFi, crypto. Potter's taken me under this Sherpa wing, and she has quite a bit of experience in this world. I'm still learning, still a newbie. And coincidentally, that's what we're talking about. I wanted this, we wanted this to be a documentation process of both of our learning, but especially to be able to compare someone that has been in the space, knows quite a bit, and then to have someone that's like, what's a computer? So to see the contrasting views, it's really, really, I think it's quite interesting. So we're going to dive in. But before we do, Potter, how you feeling this morning?
Really good. Like one of the best weeks of crypto that I've seen. Like everything was predictable from the Fed, with the interest rates, things being baked in, my expectations, and the passives building despite the downturn. It was a hyperventilation week of two. I hyperventilated twice doing my numbers because I hyperventilate when I go, oh my God, this is working.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this was a great week.
Well, fantastic. I mean, you've put in the time, you have a big vision. We were talking about it a little bit before the show of how you have such a macro lens on, I think, DeFi and crypto as a whole. And that doesn't come just by stumbling into it. You've put a lot of hours into it. So, yeah. Well, so Potter actually, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, and that's what kind of led into, me looking at you.
There you go.
Going, hey, you've been quiet. Like I looked, we hadn't Telegram since Saturday.
Yeah, that's correct. I looked at it yesterday or the day before.
I know that we do things on now. I know that we do things like that. I have to just take this 1 second.
No, you're good. You're good. Trust me, I can riff. I have a big mouth. So ultimately, Potter and I speak through Telegram quite a bit. It's either, talking about the show, talking about, projects that she's in for me to take a look at, but we converse quite a bit through Telegram, and here lately it's just been, I've been MIA from Telegram, and quite frankly, even speaking with Potter, I've just been silent. And that's sort of, I think that's why this is sparked. And Potter was like, let's dig into you. And I could feel it when you texted me like, hey, let's dig into you. Cause I want to figure out what the hell's going on with you. And what I want today to be Potter, every question that you've almost texted or deleted and you'd be like, oh, I don't want to step over the line. Ask it all. I don't give a crap. I don't give a damn. It's documenting the process. That's what I'm doing. Fire away.
Okay. So we had the, the big dog rug pull, right? And that really just made us all go, like it took momentum. We were building and we were going fast, right? And then you have the markets all going red. We have the miners all going down. You've been through this more than enough to know it. Drip is going, right? Although you continue to compound or hydrate, right? Yep. And you can even see the other ones kind of doing their things. But, it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? Well, but that's why I'm there, because to me it's a game, right? So, but when I didn't hear anything, I'm like, okay, you might be like, I'll get off at the next stop, please. So that's what I was like. If I reach out to him and I ask him, hey, how's it going? He'll know that I'm doing more. So I just want to know what's going on in the head. Are you like I did like this earlier? Are you just like, yeah, I think I'm good in the water right here. Yeah, a little deep up there. So
No, so one thing that I stick to is the only money that I put into any investment is money that I expect to lose. Like in my head, that money's gone, never going to get it back. Right. I am quite aware that there's a crap load of risks in this crypto world, this DeFi world. It's the wild, wild west, this DeFi. Seriously. I think what I've experienced here probably in the past 2-3 weeks is the FUD definitely got to me. And I would love to sit here and be like, I'm such a good investor. I'm so strong mentally. It doesn't get me. But no, I am in something that I've only been in for 5-6 months, and I'm still learning it. And I know that any endeavor that's worth it is going to take mental fortitude, and there's going to be peaks and valleys of the progress. And the same thing goes with your mentality towards that progress. So I stopped, and I stopped watching YouTube videos and whatnot a little while back when drip started falling and everybody was like, it's going to pump, Forex is going to talk, Forex is going to release this is going to happen, like, and I just got exhausted of seeing the same video over and over of this is why you should get into this. And I think my lens of just the DeFi space that I'm in, because we're all in our own world with DeFi. Whatever projects you're in, whatever YouTube channels you're watching, you create your own world. So the narrative is inside of your head of what you consume. And so I started, I don't think I even realized I was feeding into the FUD. And what I didn't want to do was I didn't want to make decisions out of fear. And then I also didn't want to converse with you, Potter, based in FUD, because I know you heavily believe in this space. You heavily know this space. I trust your knowledge in this more than my own knowledge. Ultimately, it's up to me to decide. But another thing I know is that I'm not the only person you're sort of taking me under this Sherpa wing. There's many people that you're taking under this Sherpa wing. And I know that there's a lot of voices that you're hearing, and you're only human, and you can be subject to FUD as well. So I don't when it was unintentional, honestly. I wasn't like, okay, I'm making a conscious effort to shut it down and not talk to Potter. It was just sort of like, I feel like I don't have much good to say right now. It's based in fear. I'm going to keep my mouth shut until I have facts, until you have facts, don't speak. So honestly, a big portion of it was, I didn't want to drag you down at all with the mentality that is unfounded for me. That's a biggie.
Wow. That makes sense. And I felt okay about it because I was like, no matter what I say, it doesn't matter until the Fed announces. Like no matter what I say, money managers are not wasting rich people's money when they don't know what's going to happen. If they're going to go into hyper mode and raise it by 3 basis points, which would wreck everything, they're not going to put the money on the table. It's just not going to happen. Anybody who is in the markets right now is full of fear and anxiety, and they're just trading, and the rich are going, we'll buy that at the bottom, we'll buy that at the bottom,
right?
And we'll be back in a few days, but you don't want to wait, so we'll just keep buying your fear. So I saw the things that I was doing that were going up, like Libero. It's doing just like I thought, but it was doing it at a rate while it was going down. Right. And so I was like, I can't pump that.
Yeah.
All the positions, like there's a new architecture that developed for miners that is going to be highly successful. To tell you about that would mean you would have had to look at some of the, diminishing returns and go, how is this any different? Right.
Yeah.
But I'd done the research, and what I said to somebody today, I said, usually, because now there's somebody who's like, yeah, okay, what? You want to do what? What are you doing? Okay, I think I'll do that. And I was like, it reminded me of you.
Yeah.
Because, and And I told the person, I said, Matt used to do that. And like, Matt's like, I'm done. I think I'm good. And she said something that I think you applied to yourself at the beginning. I'm not asking you to do anything, right? That's one.
Mm.
Two is, even if you're doing it, it's not like I'm saying, hey, you got to get $5,000.
Yeah.
It's like, put in $1.
Yeah.
Right? Just to see what the technology is doing.
Yeah.
And so when you get to the point, and this will be a good barometer for you, when you get to the point where, even remember when I was offering the beans thing to other people that we know, and they're like, oh, hey, I'm like, whoa, are you a Degen? Because what is putting $1 into something to see what it does?
Okay, got it.
You know what I mean?
Got it.
Going and saying, okay, I'm going to stake this like drip and I'm going to make my life off of it. No. Right. But I grew through that.
Yeah.
I'm over a year in now.
Yeah.
There was definitely times when I had the moments like you just described.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. But, I was so motivated by these guys. Yeah. The goats.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't know why. I was like, there's a magazine of DeFi people. I'm so confused.
Right? Those guys, they go in, they do the things that people won't do.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way that I was looking at the code. So I had a whole different view, but I just felt that it was warranted. Mm-hmm. That you felt like another miner, right? Another miner that's gonna, deflate. Mm-hmm. Did I get in early enough? And it's like, yeah, because they're just gas cans.
Yeah.
Right. When we got away from the idea that they were more than gas cans, but we didn't. None of my strategies were like, hey, buy this token, right? Because that just wasn't reliable in this market, and we were waiting for piggy bank, which is supposed to happen today. And drip was just in a free fall, trying to find its bottom, and now it's found the reservoir bottom. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just didn't think that you were in a negative space. I just knew that you weren't in a, fluff it, I don't care space.
Yeah, and it's actually maybe a good way to put it. Of it wasn't an intentional like screw this space, I'm done with this, but it was a place of like, I'm not in a great place. I'm not in a horrible place. And like, I'm not tapping out, but very much like so when it comes to the miners, I don't fully understand it. And that's my fault, and that's ultimately my problem, that, if you don't understand something and you can't see the logic of how it plays out, you start to form some theories around it that are unfound. And then you're just sitting there and you're like, well, I don't really understand it. I think this. I have no facts behind this thinking. What I can tell you is this. The reason that I'm still here, the reason I believe that there is something involved with crypto and in the DeFi space. I know that there's something good here. I don't know what the hell it is, but I believe that it's here. I really do. I really, really do. That's the reason I keep coming back, and that's the reason that it makes sense to me. So one thing that I've learned with trying to be successful at anything is that you may think you have a clear path to whatever success may be, but it's never going to look exactly the way you think it's going to look. And sometimes, and for instance, me, I don't know what the hell this road is supposed to look like. I really don't. All I know is I have to take the lessons that I learn along the way. And if I have some sort of belief in whatever I'm doing, that I will take these struggles, I will take these losses and use those as leverage to win. Because I've said it before, if you don't have dark days, you can't have light days. There can't be the yin without the yang. I mean, it has to be that way. So, and I'll be honest with you, keeping your mouth shut in times of fear or uncertainty or holy shit moments, like It's tough to do because fear breeds itself. Fear is everywhere in DeFi right now. Fear is everywhere in finances right now. But I know that that's operating off of a lower emotional state, and I'm better than that. So that I do go a little silent at times when I'm unsure. But I'll give you, for instance, I made a total. Well, the last little bit, I made about 2.9 BNB from all the little BNB miners and blah 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 blah. And as of right now, that equates to be about $1,100-$1,200. And I've sat on this 2.9 BNB. I was like, what am I going to do with it? I don't really trust miners. I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, drips falling out of the sky. The reservoir, I don't fucking understand. I don't get. But I was like, am I going to take this $1,100 and put it towards a bill or what the hell ever that's not going to change my lifestyle? It's not going. I mean, it's a quick bag, and I don't want a quick bag. I could do that, or I could remember why I got involved with this and remember that I do believe that there's something here, and I can double down on the things that I do believe, which is drip. I do believe in drip as a whole. And if anybody out there's like, it's a Ponzi scheme, it's this, it's that, I view drip as a startup. So you can say it doesn't have real utility, it doesn't have this and that, but I do believe in drip as a whole. It's the first project that I got involved with. And I took that 2.85 BNB last night as sort of a stamp to myself and put that back into drip. It was sort of a statement of myself of like, yeah, here's a quick bag that it's not going to do shit. It's not what I want. Go hard towards the discomfort and the comfort will come. Yeah.
Love it. And it's one of the things that kind of talk you have to have to yourself.
Correct.
Because if you don't have that talk with yourself, you're only going to get a FUD talk.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Like TED Talks, FUD talk.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can come up with a bazillion different ways that things go bad. And so, I was helping out my brother this week, and he got to the Binance door.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happens to the Binance BUS door? Hey, can I get in? We'll get back to you. Right? So I let him know that this is a huge frustration point. Mm-hmm. When you are that close to getting everything done and somebody won't validate that you're you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Now, if you're having a FUD moment, that's enough to get you out.
Sure.
Right. And so that's why our first show, don't get in. Don't get in.
That's why you said that.
Right. Yeah. Don't. It's frustrating. And the level of risk that you're introducing to your life, depending on your level of involvement, it might not be worth the risk.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Wait it out.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be rich? Either way. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, you have to have the patience that a bunch of ignorant people are talking. And like literally, if you had told me about any of that, I would have been able to walk you through each of the points why you came to your own conclusion of why that wasn't true and show you facts that we're investing in that prove that that's just not real.
Yep.
I also would have helped you consider other places. For
I know. Because that's just it. That's another issue. That was another issue. I was like, I could put it into the reservoir. Well, baked beans. Well, baked beans on the way down. Well, I have about 1,400 other miners that I know about. Like there's a billion of them that I was like, there's so many options. Holy crap.
And that's just it. I wasn't going to put you anywhere near a miner because I knew the miners were going. I was going to show you different ecosystems. I'll show you after the show. That all of that stuff would grow, that you could still go right back to putting that 2 point in the drip. Now, the good news is all of that you have is going to take longer to come, but you're seeing it rise again, right? Yeah. It's coming right back up.
Yep. You're 100% right. Like there's absolutely optimal ways to do certain things. And I'm so spoiled. I am so spoiled and I don't even know it. Because just constantly have projects flying my way that somebody that's, like you've been in this space. Like, I don't care if you're a complete idiot, which you're not. If you've been in something for a year and you haven't gained some sort of understanding, like it's next to impossible. So you put on top of that, you're a very intelligent person. You're obsessed with this. Like, I am completely spoiled. So like, if I would have started this by myself 5-6 months ago, I wouldn't have been in 3 weeks. I bet you. Seriously.
Yeah.
So I credit you a lot. I
Thanks,
really
dude.
appreciate it.
I credit God.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well, I tell people like this, it's like, a sporting event, the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Imagine that crypto is a Super Bowl. Now, if you get there early, you're going to get right in.
Sure.
Right. But if you get there when the Super Bowl starts, unless you get somebody on the inside, you're going to freaking wait a long time to get inside. You're probably not going to see the kickoff.
Yep.
And that's what you have right now.
Correct.
You have somebody who has, let them in, pass, that you just get right past everything. Does that mean I know who's going to win the game? No.
Yep. Yeah.
I just know how to get you in to see the stuff that I see.
Yeah.
Right. And you can make your choice of whether to even come in the line or not.
Mm-hmm.
But did you key the music?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I can't.
No. I don't want you to. I just thought I heard the music. This is like a great convo because I think that there's a lot of people who go through what you went through. And you have to remember the you that was you before the crypto. Yeah. That person always chose the bad moves. Let me wait. You know what? Let me go into this. And that didn't fail. And now you have something that's literally working, and me included, like, I'm in, right? You go, what? This is not anything like I thought it was going to be. Yeah. Making $1,000 a day, and you go, oh, but it should be 3,000. Like, I'm basically poor, because that's what happens the more you climb up. So you have to have people who can support you. You have to be around knowledgeable people, because I look at YouTube videos by people who are pretty much smart, and the things that they say are just completely untrue. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, did they say that convincingly? Yeah. Like, I saw one person say, I know this isn't the baked beans team. I'm going to go in anyway. Hey, like Stunna says, solo sport, you do you. Would I? No, because when that does do it, I think it's going to do, that fatigue is going to hit me.
There you go.
I do, the ill of bad people taking advantage of not just me, but other people gets to me. It gets to me.
Of course.
And that is why my ecosystem is going to come to life sooner. I just don't want to see this anymore. Right. I was trying to say, look, people, I don't want to take your money. I don't want to be, I'll just tell you about this, and that, the other. No. Yeah. I've got to have I feel obligated to get an on-ramp that has complete exposure about everything that's happening, so that they can go to someplace else, and get that same level of knowledge. And I'm a developer. I know how to do it. I just have to make sure that it's secure. Well, this week I found the most secure components of, the majority of all the contracts. And I was like, I don't have to study this. I already understand it. So that was like a whoa. So when I put things together and I put these dApps that will look exactly like these other dApps, my goal is not to say, hey, come in, make net gamers, huge. No, come in, learn it. There's others out there. But if you want one that's going to stay around, I think I'm going to stay around. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But that's all I'm going to give you. You're not going to get financial independence. These are to help build. This is the starting point for the hotel hospitals, right? Yeah. First hotel hospital will be a private hotel hospital. Right. And we got to have the funding, the management, all the governance. This is going to help fund it. So while I'm putting together and helping people come through the right doors and learn things the right way, and then the build channel is expanding on that and promoting that as well, like what we're doing. I just think that we have a really good niche in a nice space where we don't care about margin. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Come in, leave. Please do not like, subscribe, or follow. Yeah. Right. Yeah. we want you to like, subscribe, and follow, please,
Yeah.
if you like the content.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're following to make money, this is not the right area. You might make it, but it'll just be because
What do you mean? Like
strategies.
What do you mean? Like you're going to receive airdrops from us, or do you mean? What do you mean?
Like even when I roll out, the ecosystem, right?
Mm.
That's going to take advantage of all of these other ecosystems that we're in.
Well, you just said if you're showing up here expecting to make money, that you're at the wrong place. What do you like? I mean, anybody that's in DeFi, they're wanting to make money. What do you mean?
Some people, like when I go to some influencers or YouTubers, I go to for them to tell me, am I going to make money in this thing? Right? Tell me, is it good or is it bad?
Okay, so you mean like objective, hardcore, this project will make you money. Got it. Understood.
Right. Like we're not going to have like 15 videos.
Got it.
And God bless those people and thank all of those people who make those videos. Those are hard to make. And thank you. Because I learned so much from them. And what I also learned is who are the good ones and who are not the good ones. Right.
Yeah.
So some people are just totally getting paid using referrals.
Yeah.
And juicing a contract.
Yeah.
And that, going back to the fatigue, is something that, a person who doesn't understand looks at it and they say, okay, wow, I'm getting a 12% bonus every time somebody hydrates. Well, that's got to be paid someplace. So that's just going to come out of the reserves. So whereas you looked at that as a positive, it's actually a negative. Right? Those are things that, it would be great on the DApp if they had that. Hey, this started X amount of days ago. Your chances of getting, X percentages are small unless you go this many days, versus just going, hey, if you put in your money, you'll make money.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And the negative part is the things that will teach are the things that will also teach the bad guys. Right.
Yeah.
But I believe that if you try to exist in a world without insects, it's just not going to work. Right. So you have to have the bad actors.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You can't just say, well, I'm not going to teach you anything.
Yeah.
The bad guys will get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and, back to your point about, like last night I put that 2.9 or 2.85, back into Drip. There was Drip's the project that everything's high risk. It could all go away tomorrow. But Drip, I guess Drip is that's the first one I got into. It's the one I feel I understand the most. And I think that up here, it made the most sense to put it into that. Without a doubt, there was probably many other things that were more optimal to put that BNB in that would bring back more BNB. Then I could put that back into there. I equate it to this. It's very translatable for a lot of people. You could have the best workout program in the world that's going to get you the body you want. It's perfect. It's the one. And then you can have this other program over here that fits your schedule, that's sustainable. It's one that you're actually going to do for the rest of your life. If you can't follow the perfect program over here, it doesn't mean crap. So you have to do that sustainable thing. That's the equation of what I'm talking about right now. I needed to see some up. I needed to see the project that I'm involved in. So for 9 days, I didn't hydrate because I needed to see the deposits build of the availability of what I could.
Very good. Very good.
And I did not pull it. I mean, I was looking at about $800 that I could just pulled out last night, but I was like, no, I'm going to hydrate, but there's a possibility here. I have this. I needed to see that. So then I hydrated that, and then I deposited that 2.85, and then, it took me up over 400 drip. In my brain, I was like, okay. Like I know there's something here. I know there's good here. And I look at it as operating off your higher self or your lower self. And in that moment, for now, that was the best move from Matt, without a doubt.
So here's what I like about it. Not only was it a boss move, but I like it because one of the things I learned early with my friend Scott is when we got our first rug pull was I was like, this is stupid not to put it all in. But I said, I'm going to do half. and I'm going to do half, even though it's stupid. I'm going to make so much money and I'm leaving money on the table.
Yeah.
But I did what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
which proved that my strategies were my strategies.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that is literally what you did.
Yeah.
So Meals on Wheels is calling.
It's all good. It's all good. We've been going for a while. I mean, we honestly can cue it. I think at the end of the day, what we're talking about is this. Don't operate from your lower self. Focus on the higher self. And if you find yourself in a quote unquote bad space, a negative headspace, try to have that understanding that you shouldn't make decisions in that time. If that means you need to step away, turn off the Telegram, punch a punching bag, do whatever you got to do. But stick to your morals, stick to your plan, and don't operate out of fear. Don't operate out of fear. I think I heard Post Malone in a song. He said, a paranoid man makes paranoid plans. I love that. So yeah, I hope, and I'll bet that this gave you value, because I know I'm going to look back at this video and appreciate that I did this, because these are the real things that you don't hear about in DeFi. This is not a video talking about how something's going to go to 8 billion% or use the referral link. No offense to anybody who's doing that, but I appreciate this type of content. I wish others were doing stuff like this. Maybe they are. Maybe I missed them. If you've seen them, drop it in the comments below. I'd like to see it. And if you enjoyed this, tune in every Thursday and Friday, 10 Eastern. Potter, my Sherpa, and myself, we will be here wading through the waters that is this incredible world of DeFi. Do you have anything in closing?
I do not. Again, kudos with doing the right thing. With executing the strategy. Everybody has to do that. It's hard to say, I'm going to break my habit. And it's important that you do for your own sanity, for your own milestones, for your own barometers. Everything is individual. So do that which makes you feel comfortable.
Yep.
And you can guarantee that if it's something that's out of panic or fear, it's not the right choice.
Couldn't have said it better. Literally couldn't have said it better myself. Well, we'll see y'all tomorrow, 10 Eastern. Builders, keep building.
Cheers.
There it is.
Great idea.